Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Wednesday, the 13th of December. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks for joining us this morning. Coming up, we are going to learn about the progress being made in areas impacted by Saturday's storms and tornadoes. So many of you have turned out to volunteer or to make a donation. A number of organizations, community outlets, businesses, they just keep showing that support to their communities. Again, a lot happening in the Clarksville area, in Hendersonville, in Gallatin. So we're going to take a look at some of those areas this morning to let you know the latest and then share with you some of the nonprofits or businesses that you can reach out to either ask your questions on how to volunteer, how to donate, and also just get information that you might need for, again, those who want to help and those who need that help. That'll be coming up in a few minutes. After that, we talk and learn about the new voting machines that voters will be using when the primaries begin in a couple of months in the Montgomery County area. 200 new voting machines will be at the polling sites. We'll hear about those and how easy they are to navigate this morning. That'll be coming up a little bit later. Then after that, we do have a business feature out of Dickson this morning. It is Area 51 Tech Solutions. What this business is doing for the customers who come to them and just how far they've come in a short period of time. But first, let's get a check of our headlines and stories that you will find at mainstreetmediatn.com. CDE is making incredible progress with restoring power to its customers in Montgomery County. By Tuesday morning, around only 4,000 were still without power. That number continues to decrease. CDE did post on Facebook that they thank the community for all of the support. And the company has also shared tips for their customers. Listen to this. Down lines. Do not go near them. Always assume that the lines are energized and are dangerous. Critical customers. If you are dependent on life-sustaining medical devices, please make other arrangements. Now, they can't give an exact time frame for each home on when that power will be restored, so do know that. And then generators, if you are using a generator, please never run it inside of your home or your garage. Again, these are the tips coming from CDE Lightband. You can read more at mainstreetmediatn.com. Click on Main Street Clarksville. The two pilots that you see here, White House Heritage seniors Erica Bucket and Abby Page, who spent 2 months at the Air Force JROTC Flight Academy's annual summer aviation training program, and it was successful for both. They both received their private pilot license while in this program. Congratulations. Now you can read their stories and what they hope to accomplish in the future by going to our website and then going to The Connection. Here's a picture from Cheatham County's 4-H recent speaking competition. The participants all had prepared by winning first, second, or even third place at their selective in-school 4-H club contest in November to earn this opportunity to be able to compete here. You can learn about some of the speeches and who took home the ribbons, the winning ribbons, might I say, by visiting mainstreetmediatn.com and finding the Cheatham County Exchange. Way to go, students. I mean, how wonderful is that? We have phenomenal 4-H programs across our state. Well, let's get a check of our forecast to see what the weather outlook is for us by turning over to the team at Tennessee Valley Weather.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Kelly Rawson in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. It is another chilly morning across the Tennessee Valley with temperatures in the 30s, but will eventually make it into the 50s this afternoon. We will see clouds filter out and in from time to time, but overall we are going to be dry once again for your Wednesday, with temperatures again making it up into the mid to maybe even some upper 50s out there here in southern middle Tennessee. Temperatures will cool off as quick as they warmed up this afternoon, falling back into into the lower 40s and upper 30s, eventually back down into the lower 30s overnight for your Thursday. Starting off with sunshine, but then clouds will once again move in from time to time. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We will see a mixture of sunshine and clouds pretty much for the next several days. A mostly cloudy sky expected on Friday with temperatures in the mid 50s, mid to upper 50s on Saturday with a few rain showers possible, and those showers may continue into Sunday as well. In fact, Sunday is looking like a little bit of a better chance for those showers here in southern middle Tennessee, with temperatures back down into the mid to lower 50s heading into next week.
This morning, we continue our focus on cleanup efforts in a number of areas impacted by the tornadoes that swept through our state on Saturday afternoon. 11 counties impacted by those storms, 6 lives lost, 3 in Montgomery County, 3 in Davidson County. Let's take a look now at what they're cleaning up in Madison. This small community is dealing with this right here. This is what you see, the aftermath, or some of the aftermath of those tornadoes. They're in the Madison area, this subdivision, and the Salvation Army says that they've delivered 100 meals since Sunday afternoon. So a lot of work happening there. Coming from the Nashville mayor, Freddie O'Connell, 20 buildings collapsed during those tornadoes. And then a number of homes in other areas, either just torn apart, some demolished, a lot of them uninhabitable right now. So people really looking for those donations, and you are definitely giving that a lot of support coming out since the storms on Saturday. And just thank you for that. But this morning, let's take a look at a couple of the numbers that you can call for help. One of those being crisis cleanup. This is a home cleanup hotline. So if you need either to cut fallen trees, drywall, flooring, or have appliances removed, some tarping on the roofs, or mold mitigation, we'll call the home cleanup hotline. Jot this number down, 615-488-1875. This could come in handy. And if you don't need it, well, someone you know just might. So share this with them. This hotline will remain open through Friday, December 22nd for those who need it. So again, neighbors helping neighbors, strangers helping strangers. That is what we're doing right now. Supplies for disaster relief. This is something that a lot of people need. So if you're in the Sumner County area, there's a spot for you to pick up those items, and that is at the Disaster Hub, the headquarters. The address for you, 300 Indian Lake Boulevard, Suite D160 at the Streets of Indian Lake in Hendersonville. This is open from 8 in the morning until 5 in the evening. So if you need those supplies, head there, grab them, gloves, cleaning items, and trash bags, tarps, all the things that you might need. There is several organizations helping out in selected communities, in counties. There are local nonprofits really doing big things to help out their areas. One nonprofit I came across, Hands on Nashville. So they are gathering volunteers to go to the impacted areas that need volunteers right now, that are requesting those volunteers. So they have that information on their website as well as on their Facebook page. Just look at Hands on Nashville. Get on their volunteer list and they can help point you in the right direction. Turning to Montgomery County and Clarksville. So this area has received just an abundance of volunteers turning out. A number of disaster relief locations have popped up since those storms on Saturday. It has been incredible to see. We've been sharing stuff with you since Monday morning. I know Devin has on her show as well, sharing the outpouring of support. But right now in Clarksville area, volunteers are on pause for those cleanup efforts. So they're asking you just to be patient as they start this next phase of cleanups and trying to navigate what needs to be done, where people need to go. It does state on this post that this is going to be a long recovery process, but they are building that volunteer list. And if you want to be a part of that, you can do it. Just call 931-245-2988 to be a part of the volunteer list in the Clarksville area. Also, if you need assistance, can't shout this enough, call the Red Cross if you are in need. That number, 800-733-2767. I am blessed to be on our board for the Red Cross Tennessee River chapter, and we talk often how we want people to use that number when they need assistance. So please take advantage and call us if you need us, or if you know someone who does. Another place for you to go. This is the TSU Montgomery County Extension. Great information on this link that I'm clicking right now. This takes you to the fcs.tennessee.edu disaster recovery. And let me show you some of the tabs here. So you have information for claims and losses, replacing the documents and records, and emotional well-being. 3 tabs that could come in extremely handy for a number of people in the Middle Tennessee area in those 11 counties impacted by those storms on Saturday. So again, head to fcs.tennessee.edu disaster and recovery. And last but certainly not least, there has been a lot of love for pets who were caught in the storms on Saturday. A number of pets were lost as that storm came through, either ran before or right after or were swept away. But a lot has been done for those families in need to help find their pets. They're being connected through social media. Social media has been an incredible, a valuable tool since Saturday evening. But a shout out to Montgomery County Animal Care and Control and their post that they have here. They do say if your family's in need of pet supplies, dog food, so on and so forth in the Montgomery County area, wire crates, toys, blankets, you can head to their shelter. Stop by there at 616 North Spring Street. Go by there and they will give you what you need. They did shout out the Nashville Humane Association and the Humane Society of the United States for helping out with the donations there and helping to shelter several of the dogs and cats that were already at the facility so they could focus on helping the animals and the pets that were lost and scared during that tornado. So big things. A lot of people with big hearts doing wonderful, wonderful stuff in their communities. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up after this.
Beginning January 1, Delta Dental of Tennessee is introducing enhanced benefits for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
It'll include extra cleaning times for people with special needs, extra time for exams. More importantly, we will create a training program that any dentist office in the state can go online and pick that up.
At Delta Dental, we believe that the quality of oral health care should be accessible and inclusive for all.
He shoots, and he scores!
This holiday season, the largest lantern festival in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. Witness more than 1,000 handcrafted Chinese lanterns featuring brand new designs, including towering mythical beasts, a life-sized Santa's workshop, and a 100-foot-long dragon. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Well, this morning we're looking ahead at the primaries that are coming up in just a couple of months. And here in Montgomery County, there's something new. Out with the old, in with the new. And I'm talking about new voting machines here in Montgomery County. We're at the Election Commission office this morning to tell us about the new machines, how they work, what you can expect. We have the Administrator of Elections for Montgomery County, Elizabeth Black. Thank you so much for your time.
Anytime.
So 200 new machines that have been replaced. From what I've learned is you guys picked a machine that was as closely to the old one as you could get it. Why is that?
Well, we wanted the smallest learning curve that we could for the voter as well as our poll workers. People are used to those machines. We've had them a long time. They've served our county well, so we just took the new and improved version.
For those who may not know, why was this change made now?
There is a new state law that required every voting machine have a voter verified paper trail, and ours did not have that. So our new ones do, and we're excited to have them.
So explain to us how this works.
Our machines, they'll only see a couple of differences. One difference is the display. Now when you make a selection, it's green, which I think voters will enjoy. And then once all the selections are made, they'll verify their vote, which will print on a piece of paper right beside them. They don't get to take the piece of paper with them, but they will get to verify that those selections are correct before they cast their ballot.
That is nice, and I do love as you see the green, you're like, no, wait, that's not what I meant to hit, because that green is such a bright color.
Yes, very
You can
vivid.
really identify, what you're trying to hit.
Yes, and that's one of the hopes, is that if you do make a wrong selection, you'll know immediately. So that's what we hope that color helps.
I have to ask before this, how often did that happen, that someone was like, I didn't mean to hit that and I've already voted?
We had it every now and then,
Okay.
but you never could really tell if it was something that really happened or not. Before there was just a small X, so hopefully this green will help people pay attention a little more to what they're pushing.
So you then get to go to this paper, you see visibly what you voted on. If something's wrong, then you can go back?
You can review your ballot just like you've always been able to, but you won't have to toggle between pages. It'll be right there summed up for you, only what you've selected. So if you want to make a change, it's really easy to do.
And then the most important part, of course, that cast your vote button.
Yes, the bright red button, once it's lit up and ready to go, when you push it, your vote has been cast, and you're done voting. We're ready for the next voter.
Fantastic. And you mentioned a QR code before we started the interview.
Yes, when that cast vote button is pushed, there's a QR code that is printed on the paper ballot as it rolls away where people can't see it. That's strictly for auditing. That helps us when we have to go back and make sure that our machines have captured everything correctly. It will match the ballot with the electronic ballot. So we will be able to have that paper back up and be able to know our machines are working properly.
Fantastic. What sort of feedback have you received already?
We have had open houses this week. Several people have come through, really like the color, really like the paper. So I think it's going to be a positive change for Montgomery County.
And so really the first time others will be able to use this will be in the upcoming primary.
Yes, March will be our first time with it. So early voting begins February 14th.
Okay.
Nothing says I love you like voting. So come out and we'll have the new machines on, ready to go.
And then these machines will be not only here at the Election Commission office, but in all other voting locations.
Yes, we have completely replaced every machine we have. So these machines will be rolled out all over the county.
How was this funded? So this funding came from the state.
It did. It was a state law change. And so usually when that happens, the state provides the funds to cover those changes. And this time they did.
What happened to the older ones?
We have destroyed those machines. We can't do anything with them anymore. And obviously they're pretty sensitive. So we took care of those and they're no longer with us.
Elizabeth, as we look forward to the primary, is there anything else that voters need to keep in mind, whether it be if they've had a change in address or any other things that we need to maybe touch on now?
Absolutely. Make sure that your address is up to date with us for sure. That way we know you're at the right voting precinct when you go. We have done some redistricting, so if people didn't vote in 22, we do have some folks that come out in a presidential year that don't come out in other years. Make sure they receive that new green voter card that shows them their precinct. Because voting precincts did change.
Okay, and that's great to know in this area. If you have a question for one of the workers here, how accommodating are they to questions?
They're very welcome to call us or come in anytime. We'll answer any question they have.
How exciting is this for you each election?
Exciting is an interesting word. All elections are different, but we certainly have a great team here and work very hard for Montgomery County.
As the administrator, what is your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge is just maintaining the energy for us. It's real easy to get bogged down in an election year because it's a lot of work. So trying to keep everybody ready and going and excited about what we're doing is always a challenge for sure.
Is there anything that we maybe can do as voters to make it a little easier for poll workers? I mean, we all kind of have to work together when it comes to voting.
The biggest thing is really know where you're headed, know who you're voting for, do your research ahead of time, because once you get to the voting polls, we can't help you. We can't answer questions about candidates. That's research you have to do on your own. So when you get to the voting booth, have your mind made up.
Yeah. Is there anything else that I haven't asked that we should address?
I don't think so.
Elizabeth, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wishing you the very best in the coming
Same to you.
months. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up after this.
At Chapel's, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chapel's, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chapel's locations in Dickson, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
At Implant and General Dentistry, we're proud to offer dental care you can trust. Our team, led by Dr. Andrew Flips, is dedicated to serving our community with the highest quality of care. We offer comprehensive dental exams, cleanings, whitening, and more. With our compassionate and experienced team, you'll be able to smile with confidence. Come experience the difference for yourself. Call us today to schedule an appointment or visit our website to learn more.
Sherry's Hope is dedicated to sharing the hope of Christ, protecting the health of our community, and supporting those who are fighting cancer. You can be a champion of hope this season. When you give monthly to Sherry's Hope, you help meet the needs of families in our community as they are battling cancer. Your monthly gift of $10 or more gives hope all year. Together, we can make a difference.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. We enjoy highlighting our local businesses. The one we're looking at today, Area 51 Tech Solutions in Dickson. I have the owner with me, Jason Hanna. First off, Jason, thank you for your time.
Thank you as well.
You know, you guys do a lot of work here, but not just repairs at Area Tech 51. You do more than that.
Right. So we do computers, cell phones, tablets, game consoles is like the bread and butter, the break fix side, but we also do like managed services. So like businesses want their data backed up, we do that. Cybersecurity, network installs, security cameras. Just got done doing a Starlink install, so that was pretty fun.
What about just questions and answering maybe some of the issues that people have or doing consultations?
Yes, a lot of consulting. We've talked to a lot of people, and that's really what it is. They just kind of want to know, like, are they making a good purchase? Are they in the right path? You know, how do you get this to work with this? So a lot of troubleshooting and help people along that way.
Very nice. And you guys have come a long way from what you were in the very beginning, because you got your original start, at Radio Shack?
Yeah, so partnered up with them 9 years ago. And then, so that was just starting off with computers. And then people just asked me, well, could you do this? Could you do that? And like a couple of YouTube videos later, I'm fixing iPhone 4s. And so now we're up to the 14s. So we do a lot of that. And then, so Radio Shack as a corporation went bankrupt. Mm-hmm. And then, so that is like a dealer franchise. And so we grew that, kept it afloat. And so we got the retail side and then you got the service side. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize how important I was until COVID happened. So we are essential and we boomed. And then from there, that's when we started doing game consoles. Brought Cooper along, got a microscope to help do the HDMI ports and things like that. So we've grown from just simply building computers and fixing them to all sorts of electronics.
That's incredible, and I have to say, grown enough to be recognized by the community in certain different awards, so like Main Street Media Awards, Area 51 Tech Solutions recognized. Again, that is voted on by the individuals here in the county.
Thank you.
And others who, I can imagine that it was. Were you surprised?
Yeah, kind of, because I'm more like the behind-the-scenes kind of guy. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Because I was in the little office back there, and so I'd go out and I'd meet people, do work order, and I'd come back. But now, like doing on-site services, I actually get to meet the people that I meet. And doing things like this, community outreach and whatnot, I actually get to meet the people.
Very nice. What's typically the turnaround time for either a device or an electronic?
So like cell phones, we can knock those out half an hour to an hour. Tablets, a little bit longer than that. It really depends on what it is. Okay. But usually same day service on certain things, but again, just kind of depends.
What's the most common item that you guys have to work on?
Well, lately, game consoles. Cooper's knocking out HDMI ports like, it ain't nothing, but...
Why is that? Does that seem to be the hot item?
Everybody has them. So everybody's got them, and they don't... The ports aren't that strong as far as the solder, so any, abuse, people move them from their friend's house or family's house and whatnot. Then it's a wearable part, so it gets a lot of use.
So I'm curious, for some of these items, the electronics that come in or any systems, is it a more financially, is it better to have it worked on versus getting something new, or is that kind of just depending on what it is?
Yeah, we try to do like cost analysis on it. Okay. So is it worth fixing? Treat it like a car repair shop. If it exceeds the value to repair it, get another one. So we want people happy with how they spend their money. So at that point, we do want to stay under a certain price point. Mm-hmm. So like game consoles, you can get an Xbox for like $600, where we do for like $250, we do HDMI repair. And we also get a cleaning and thermal paste and thermal pads and things like that. Added value for what they're spending, instead of having to go buy another one.
Gotcha. Okay, now walk me through all of the services that Area 51 Tech Solutions offers.
So repairs mainly, but services as well. So with computers, cell phones, tablets, game consoles, network, security cameras, Photoshop edits, reel-to-reel edits, converting those from the tape to like flash drive or a DVD, anything like that. Right now, more than any. Keep them coming.
I have a question for you. Okay. For those with VHS tapes out there, can you convert a VHS into a DVD?
Well, that would be Cooper, but yes.
No kidding. I think he's going to get a lot of my business here very, very shortly.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, don't let them just deteriorate.
Good to know. Is there anything else that I haven't asked that you would like to share with those watching?
So we are mainly break fix, but we are trying to get more businesses for managed services. Backup. If your data doesn't exist in two places, does it even exist at all? Matter of fact, the owner of Ichiro's, he dropped his phone in a foot bath. And that's got all his contacts from Hong Kong and everything else, business and personal, is that my entire life is on that phone. So, when it came to account credentials too, so in order to access that data in the cloud, everybody wants you to go to the cloud, but how do you get to it? Right. If everything's saved in that device, what do you do? So back up everything, let us manage your backups, cybersecurity, and your passwords. That's the biggest thing. Great. Save your passwords.
Great tips right there. Jason Hanna, owner of Area 51 Tech Solutions, thank you for your time and just congratulations on the growth of your business.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Oh, anytime. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
This Christmas, Give a Little Nashville needs your help to bring joy to children in need. We'll be hosting toy drives during the holiday season, so please donate toys for kids of all ages. On December 3rd, join us for our Cocktails with Santa red carpet event, where you can mingle with other supporters and enjoy festive drinks and food. Together, we can make a difference in our community this holiday season. Visit givealittle.nashville.com or find us on Facebook to learn more and register today. Welcome to Grin Doctors, your trusted pediatric dentistry and orthodontics practice. Achieve healthy, beautiful smiles with our expert care. At Grin Doctors, we are committed to your child's oral health and well-being. Trust Grin Doctors, your pediatric dental home for exceptional care. We go above and beyond to ensure the comfort and satisfaction of our young patients. Grin Doctors Kids Dental and Orthodontics is right down the street in Old Hickory, TN. Easy to get to and in your neighborhood.
You know that feeling you get when your team goes big? You can get that same feeling on Zen Sports. When you sign up for a Zen Sports account, you will receive up to a $1,000 no-danger first wager. That's right. When you place your first bet in Zen Sports, you can be reimbursed for the amount of your first bet up to a $1,000 maximum if the bet loses. No other sportsbook will offer you a premier sports betting experience with 24/7 customer support and faster withdrawals like Zen Sports. Zen Sports. Betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and up and in Tennessee to bet.
Welcome back. Here's a look back at Gateway Chamber Orchestra's The Nutcracker. I wish you could have seen this in its entirety. Such beautiful performances on stage at Mabry Hall at Austin Peay State University this past weekend. What you're seeing here is from Sunday. Those ballerinas were joined on stage by outstanding musicians. There was also an artist on hand, but the talent there across that stage just phenomenal. Thanks for being here. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow morning.